Raise your hand if you have spent hours on Pinterest trying to find an idea only to realize that it's a complete fail. Raise your hand if you are overwhelmed with all the activities that you see on Instagram and you feel overwhelmed. Raise your hand if you feel sometimes overwhelmed because you don't know what you're doing with your child all day and you don't even know if it's age appropriate. Raise your hand if you have tried something and somebody else has showed that it's like an amazing activity and then you go at home and you do it and it's a complete fail for your child. Raise your hand if you have set up a sensory bin and the first thing your baby does is grab it, dump it, and walked away. Alright, so why are we here today on a Saturday morning? First, because we have time to talk, and two, because I want to talk to you a little bit of one of the products that I have that took me a while to figure out, and it's called the Play System. So the Play System is a package of different little tools and guides for you to do and set up activities at home that you can do to set up your daily routines. So it's not a curriculum, it's not a system for you to guide, like, you know, today you're gonna do this, tomorrow you're gonna do that. It's a little more freedom so that you can create your own curriculum for this year or your own set of activities according to your schedule and your doing. So what is the Play System? The Play System, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools that you are going to have to be working with, that is going to give you all the tools that you need to set up your time. So let's talk about a little bit about everything. So you're going to get the activity recipes, which we're going to be talking about. You'll get this screen-free toolkit. You're going to get the ultimate art and guide supplies, like the supply list. And you're gonna get some activity ideas, and we're gonna talk about each of every one of them. And then you're gonna get the Playful templates, and you're gonna get a video of telling you the no-fail play system. So it's gonna be a system that you'll be able to understand, like to use this guide and not to have to rely on Pinterest ever again. So let's talk about a little bit of each of these items. So let's talk about the fun. So the screen-free tool guide, it's a quick guide that's going to give you activities that you can do for each of the seasons that you don't have to get a lot of supplies, and you don't have to gather like a bunch of things from the store. It's just, let's talk about, we're walking into fall. So it's kind of like a bucket list. So let me give you some ideas. It says, you know, paint with apples. So you just have to cut an apple, provide some paint, and then stamp the apples. Participate in story time. You can paint using sticks as paintbrushes. So you can go on a walk and collect some sticks and then use that. You can have an outdoor scavenger hunt. You can go pick a costume together. You can go on a nature walk to collect leaves in different colors and sizes. So this little bucket guide is just, it's little bucket checklist that you can create. So every season you're gonna have like a list of at least 30 ideas that you can do to go and like if you're stuck on something to do for the afternoon, you can quickly open it and be like, hey, where's my bucket list? I want some of that.
I want the thing to drop off the boat now.
Okay. It also has, one of my favorite things are called trackers. There's nothing better than like having like a checklist that you can participate in. So you know that I love to do classes outside. So there is a 1,000 hours outside checklist tracker. And every hour you're outside, you'll just fill up your tree with leaves so that you can see how...
Drop off the boat now.
In a moment. So you're gonna put a leaf every time you go outside, and that way you're gonna fill up your trees with all these hours and all these experiences that you're doing with your child outside. You're gonna have a bucket list for a screen time book tracker. So every time you replace screen time for a story time, you're gonna color a book, and then you're gonna add your library full of books. So it kind of gives you like a visual tracker so that, you know, you can go from like not knowing what to do into getting excited and doing something fun and something easy. So that's the screen-free that is included, the screen-free activity toolkit. You also will get the ultimate guide for the art supplies. And this is a guide, and it's by age. So if you have a baby, you have your supply list. If you have a 1 and 3 year old, these are like basic supply lists. And we did talk about on our last live about different supplies that you can have, but this is like a more in-depth things that you can have around your house that you can gather, so you're always ready. And then it breaks down by age. So the supply list for 1 year old, so like, you know, finger painting and large pom-poms for different activities that you can do. If you have a 2 and a 3 year old, you have your own guide that you can use. When you get the PDF version, you'll get a quick link to Amazon links of things that I recommend that are pretty affordable and you can use. And you can expand your collection of supplies and things that you can do. And then if you have a dollar store nearby, you have your dollar store guide of things that I recommend that you have handy this year. If you're just getting started with sensory bins, you're gonna have your first sensory bin toolkit. So then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that you can get, and that way you'll be set up with your first sensory kit as well as with your first art kit. So if you're just getting started and you don't want to buy everything, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things that you can do, and you can get started right away. So that's part of the activity playbook system that you will get. I mean, it's only $27 for everything that we're talking about today. All these 6 resources, you will get it for just $27. So you'll have the screen-free toolkit. You're going to get the art supply and sensory toolkit. Then you're going to get the activity recipes. And these recipes are my favorite proven recipes that I have tried. So there's a section for no mess. So you just want to do, like, you know, we're going into fall. You can learn how to make this turkey sensory bottle. And there's actually a live video when we did that together. You can have sun catchers. You can learn how to do sensory bags. You can do sensory boards. Different like fill and dump activities that you can do. So very like easy grab and go activities that you can do. You can do edible safe activities. So I know a lot of you still have little ones that put everything in their mouth, so it's kind of hard to, you know, figure out what to do when they're just putting everything in their mouth. But I'll tell you my favorite recipes that I have done in my class, in my home, with my friends, and they all have this little tongue, meaning they are edible safe. So you're gonna few of those recipes. You learn how to do our famous edible, water beads, colorful ones. You can do edible sand. So there's just like a lot. Basically, everything that I've done in this book is proven to be successful for a kid that's under 3. So you wouldn't have to waste time on Pinterest trying to figure out if the activity that you see is age appropriate. You basically can, get it from here and be like, hey, if it's here, I know it's going to be successful. And sometimes it takes a little bit of exposure, quite a few times, to expose them to the same recipe for them to get familiar and be, comfortable playing with it. We also, then it comes with just like play recipes. These are not edible safe. So you'll learn how to do your own kinetic sand, which was one of my favorite recipes last year. You can do rainbow rice. So all those like play, the non-sticky toddler slime that you have seen probably used in my classes. You can do, painting with water, so it's not so messy. You can do some air clay, which is amazing for like grandfather's gifts or Christmas gifts. You can do your own ornaments or the handprints. So basically it's just, I wish I knew how many there are exactly, but they are a bunch of activities that you can do that are proven to be successful for your little one. And this is all part of the play system. So you have the screen free, we got the art supplies toolkit, we have the play recipes, and then, it's fun to have the play recipes, but then how do you kind of like put it together? So that's where the video comes, you know, as part of the toolkit, which I just recorded a few days ago. It's the no-fail play system. So you'll be able to take those recipes and turn them into thousands and thousands of ideas for sensory beans. But if you want to get started, I made the activity ideas guide. So it has different activities that you can do with the recipes that are on the book that you can recreate. So let's talk about the water station. A water station, all you need to do is have your bin or your IKEA table. You're going to have different bottles and like clear ones, tall ones, ones with handles, and just a bunch of pom-poms. All you need is pom-poms for this one. And the idea is you're just going to work on transferring. So we're going to transfer water, we're going to transfer pom-poms. So these are just basically, it's like easy activities you can do. You can play with shaving cream, so I'll tell you a little bit of that, how you can use shaving cream. You can make like little muddy construction sites, and these are all based from the recipes that I taught you how to do it. So it's kind of putting those recipes together. And I know you had a lot of fun doing that one.
I want it.
Yeah, so we can do it today. So it's grabbing those recipes and kind of make them into a sensory bin. And then you'll be able to just do your own. And then the last thing I want to talk to you is the playful activity template. Manu, close the door, please.
Book wants to go outside.
Close the door, please. So the activity templates are, it's like a planner, right? You have the ideas, you have your screen-free activities, you have your art supply guides, you have your recipes, but you kind of want to get your month kind of set up. You want to have a plan. You're starting this homeschool year, and maybe you're not following a curriculum, like a pre-made curriculum, but you want to make your own. You can use the activity guide, the templates, which you have your monthly guide, so you can put up the activities, you know, how you want to plan them according to your schedule. So maybe you know that Mondays is always the day that, you know, you are home and you have time. So maybe Monday is the day you create the recipe, and then Tuesday is the day you play with that sensory bin, and then Thursday you repeat it, and then Fridays you do your bucket list challenge. So then maybe you add that in. So you can plan your month ahead. You can plan your week. Manu, close the door, please. You can, because it's too loud. You can plan your week. So if you want to do one activity a day, which is usually, you know, what I recommend, you start with just one a day, and you are able to repeat them. The kids love repetition. So don't be afraid to repeat the activities. Just because you play with rice today doesn't mean that you have to choose a different activity tomorrow. What I do is I set up one sensory bin for the week. With that bin for the week, if I see that they're getting bored, I'll just change whatever toys we're playing within the bin. So if you want to do 2 activities a day, let's say you do like a bucket list in the morning and then a sensory bin outside, or, you know, in the kitchen, you'll have a weekly guide where you can have your spots for each of them. And then another template that you have that you can use is if you really want to just plan it ahead. You have your activity for the day and then the supplies that you're going to need for that activity, right? So depends on the activity or like your plan and your time, you'll be able to prepare yourself for this year, you know, to implement more sensory play at home. You don't have to spend hours looking on Pinterest to see if the activities are, you know, age appropriate, if they are okay, if they're learning anything with it. If you don't feel like doing setup and you want something quick and easy, you have your screen-free toolkit. If you are on a rut and you're like, I don't even know what to do, what to start, you can just go ahead and use the screen-free guide. So I just wanted to pop in here and tell you a little bit about it. I know we talked about it before, but it's always good to have like a video, especially now that we are starting a new school year and we're also getting excited to teach our toddlers at home. This is a great little point to start with. If you want like a day-by-day curriculum style where you have sensory and other stuff, We do have the curriculums, which we talk about those later, but if you're just like, I just need ideas, what to do with my child, where do I start, this is a great, like, perfect starter kit. And you can only get it for $27, and you get everything. You don't get the printed version because right now we're in such a digital world. I think everybody loves to do digital. So you'll get access to that. You'll get access to the video, to our members area with the platform. And yeah, we'll soon be adding the step-by-step tutorials for each of the play activities, which, you know, sometimes they're so simple. They're so simple videos, like so simple recipes that sometimes I feel like we don't really need the videos. But my goal is to start putting my face out there more and then show you what I do. So if you're looking to just get some ideas and activities for you to do at home, the activity playbook is a great way to start. So I'll leave you to it. I'll leave you the link where you can learn a little bit more. You can see the details, some pictures, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.